Back time now is 7:10 on this Monday morning. A lot of people probably went out to the fair this weekend.
Yeah.
The three of us were there. Hello to those who stopped by our booth and said hi to us.
Yeah.
I mentioned there when we were at the fair that it was funny that just in time for the fair, that's when it really started to decide to feel like July.
Yeah. Right in time for the first full day of it, and that it continues, unfortunately, for the next 3 days. So if you're heading out there or heading out anywhere else, you got to make sure we're staying hydrated today. We're cranking up the heat even more. Not necessarily today. Today is a lot like yesterday, but Tuesday and Wednesday, even hotter, and the humidity even more abrasive. So we're going to get a little bit worse before we get better. Then we'll have some storms the middle of this week. Wednesday is a good day for us to have some showers and storms in the forecast. Those showers and storms, though, will drop the humidity, and it will also make things a little more comfortable in the temperature department. Low 80s settle in by the end of the week. So here's our setup for today. We have some scattered showers down to our south and our east. We had a few light sprinkles overnight after the midnight hour. Those have been gone for a while. We're not anticipating any additional rainfall in the forecast. But if you look to the west, we do have some areas of some cloud cover. Now, this cloud cover looks as though it's moving in our direction and could give us a partly cloudy or a mostly cloudy day. Those clouds are going to take a little beeline and start shifting down to the south. We're going to stay mostly sunny today. We're starting off a little bit warmer than yesterday morning by about a degree or two in some spots. 69 right now we're checking in at in South Bend. We'll zoom in, take a look at the rest of your neighborhood temperatures. 65 in Goshen, 64 in Warsaw. A lone 70 left in Rochester, but the sun coming up now. Give it an hour, and a lot of us will be talking about 70-degree temperatures, and by noon, we're already well into the 80s. A high of 86 this afternoon in South Bend. Possibly could hit the upper 80s a little bit further to the south. And right along the lakefront, still comfortable, 83 degrees for your high temperature. So lakefront temps not inhibited that much today. No northerly breeze today. So a good beach day, a good pool day, a good day to get outdoors. Just make sure you have the sunscreen and that you're definitely staying, again, cannot stress it enough, hydrated on a day like today. We dropped to the 60s overnight tonight, but in the meantime, we're talking about decreasing cloud cover. Nothing on First Warning Live Doppler, just watching the clouds to the west, and that is all we have to worry about. Decreasing clouds on forecast track. This is starting right about now, taking us to noon, and by then we're mostly sunny. We stay there through 3 p.m. and we remain mostly sunny, taking ourselves into the rest of this afternoon, this evening, and most of tonight. So we'll go sunny and 86 today, warm. We will go to 65 degrees, mild tonight. And then the heat and humidity, like I mentioned, Tuesday and Wednesday, both still staying hot. We get a little bit cooler for the end of the week, still in the 80s, but the humidity won't be an issue, and it'll be much more comfortable the end of this week and next weekend compared to this past weekend. So. And
then the fair's over, so.
I know. Okay. Well, you
just had to deal with the humidity.
You have to deal with the heat and humidity, but at least it's not storming every day.
That's true. So, I'd rather take that than
rather be hot and humid.
Soaked.
Yeah, exactly. And for a little bit more on what you can expect if you're heading out to the fair today, and for your forecast, we'll send that out to our specialist, Shay Sorensen. Good morning, Shay.
Good morning, you guys. Well, this morning I'm at the Elkhart County 4-H Fairgrounds, and I was actually here yesterday, and it was actually not too bad of a day. It was a little humid, a little muggy, but at least we had that cloud cover that kept the sun away. So if you have the chance to come to the 4-H Fair, definitely maybe even get on the Ferris wheel in the next couple of days, because up there it's a nice little breeze, in fact. So a nice little ride to go on if you do plan on coming. Also, definitely try the fried Oreos. That was my first time yesterday trying them, and they're actually very, very good. But as for your neighborhood forecast, the sun is shining. It's going to be bright all day. We're going to be mostly clear throughout the day today. We're going to reach the upper 80s, so it's going to be warm and muggy. Like Greg's been saying all morning long, make sure you're drinking a lot of water if you do plan on heading out the door. No matter what you're doing today, if you plan on being outside for long periods of time, make sure you're drinking that water. As for Tuesday, basically the same kind of forecast, and then on Wednesday, that's the next chance we're going to see some showers and thunderstorms. So just make sure you're staying weather aware on Wednesday. I'm live at the Elkhart County Fair. Shay Sorensen, ABC 57 News.
Let's race against time to find 2 missing teenage sailors who set out to go fishing Friday and haven't been seen since. The only trace of the teens, their capsized boat that was found more than 150 miles from where they set out. Overnight crews didn't stop their search efforts, using boats and a plane and a helicopter to cover a search area that's the size of Maine. 2 posted on social media they were heading toward the Bahamas. Family members say they're not rookies when it comes to being on the water.
It can be very tricky, especially searching from the air. It's a needle in the haystack out there.
They've been through rough water, they've been through thin water. It doesn't matter. Those are salty dog kids, and they know what they're doing out there. And so we believe that they're out there.
It's still unclear if the boys had life jackets on board with them. One life jacket was found near the capsized boat, but the Coast Guard isn't positive it was one of the teens.
Well, it's still early in the wildfire season, but it's shaping up to be a long, intense, and dangerous one out west as new fires popped up over the weekend. There are now 24 major fires burning across 5 states. California is getting hit the worst with one of the biggest blazes burning near Sacramento. It's still only 5% contained because the terrain is hard for firefighters to navigate and the winds are shifting all the time.
Fire is a living, breathing organism. You never know exactly what it's going to do and where it's going to go.
Fire crews are clearing brush near homes, hoping the fire doesn't scorch them too, but it's not an easy fight. So far this year, more than 5.5 million acres have burned compared to less than 2 million acres last year at this time.
Just sitting there, sitting like as if a dog is sitting.
But it is actually not a dog, and now the animals got the whole city of Milwaukee on alert after multiple lion sightings. Milwaukee police are now ramping up their hunt to find the jungle cat after several people called 911 saying they saw it.
People been saying it all over town, and you don't think, oh, okay, if it was a lion, they would have caught him. He's real.
A large cat-like animal was first spotted on surveillance video downtown early last week. Since then, city police have been armed with both lethal and tranquilizing weapons, saying they'd prefer to tranquilize the animal, but so far they haven't had the chance.
Covering the world, President Obama is now the first sitting American president to visit Ethiopia. The goal of the trip was to kickstart talks to stabilize the region that's afflicted by terrorist attacks. Al-Shabaab militants have claimed responsibility for gruesome terror attacks in Somalia and for killing dozens of Ethiopian troops. Those troops are the most effective in the region, and their efforts have been ramped up thanks to help from U.S. airstrikes.
Peace in Ethiopia, peace in Somalia will also have dividends to the rest of the region.
Leaders from both countries are expected to focus on terror threats today and tomorrow. President Obama will address the African Union about the importance of creating economic opportunities to keep people from turning to terrorist groups.
It is now 7:17. Tragedy strikes again in the Houston Brown family.
I can hear her voice, in spirit talking to me and telling me, keep moving, baby. I'm right here. I got you.
This morning, Whitney Houston's daughter joins her in death to look back at her young life cut short.
Here's today's code word. Enter it now at abc57.com for your chance at a pair of tickets to Dancing with the Stars Live Perfect 10 Tour at Four Winds Casino.